With the official conclusion of the second anniversary being tomorrow, I feel like it was just the right thing for me to make another video on the final chapter of the anniversary, which basically our prequel to our actual story. Now, this was an amazing conclusion to the series. I meant to the anniversary, and I feel like I don't think Shift Up could have done a better job than what they did this time around with the second anniversary. I have not been playing this game for the longest time. I started playing around a week before the Evangelion collab, which I made previous videos about. If you haven't checked them, please check them out. They're not really good, but still, I feel like I've seen enough to say that this is one of the best games I've played in terms of story. Now, gameplay, I can't really say much about gameplay because gameplay is endless, endless possibilities and everything. But safe to say that I've seen enough in terms of the story to say this is top tier. This is in a different level. I don't think I've seen stuff like this in many games, in any games. Like in terms of like the last like 4 years, I think the only game that came close in terms of storyline has to be Red Dead Redemption 2. That's like one of the only games that I think have come this far in terms of the quality of storyline, the interactions between characters, because this feels like a story and a game which every character feels important and in a basic part in the entire story, and it all comes around in a circle. First of all, I have to say that this anniversary has given us a different point of view. I mean, especially me as a new player, and what to expect and what to experience in the past arcs, the remainder of the past arcs, which I'm pretty sure we have the Red Hood arc, we have the Dorothy arc, and then there's like something else. I haven't played them, and apparently I should have played them with the uh how's it called, the way back tokens. I don't remember how you call them, but you go into the center, the command center, and then you play them through there. The archives, yeah, that thing, the archives. And I didn't know I was supposed to play them before the anniversary. So I am missing a huge part of the timeline when it comes to the actual story. Expect a video for that, first of all, because I have no idea what happens in those arcs slash storylines, but I kinda know what to expect from the Red Hood one because I think it was during part one of the story of Old Tales. We saw a glimpse of Cinderella versus Red Hood and the Goddess Squad. And I think that it's gonna be around there. I'm not sure though. So this is a very this is me trying to find some steps around it. Also, we saw a great antagonist for as long as she was there, she played a huge part into this. We're talking about Red Shoes. Red Shoes was a great written character. We're talking about this is the first character that I'm going to talk about. Red Shoes was a great character in terms of writing and in terms of what she did to our other main character, which is Cinderella slash Anachiro. I know true Nikke fans are like diehard fans of Nikke hate people calling her Anachiro, but I don't want to be that guy. But that's like the side personality for her this in this storyline, which kind of sucks. Yeah, I know that's the terrible side of her, but that's basically the entirety of part one. It's just Anachiro. We see the bad vision of Cinderella on the first part, and then we see the quote unquote redemption arc in part two, in which she retakes control of herself, her body, her mind, and everything. She takes revenge from the one that is the cause of the corruption, being Red Shoes. She was the one that planted the corruption into Cinderella during her. If I'm not mistaken, I think it was like they did some repairs on her, and she basically planted that chip into it. We saw more about corruption from collecting the collectibles around the map in the place which is like a staircase. And wait, no, that was not the area. The area was close to the. It was like a like a coliseum type of thing arrangement, and it was basically another way um into the place where every single of the corruption notes were in. I mean, I think it was like around like seven or eight, maybe it may be less, it may be more. We basically got more information on why Red Shoes did this. She was also like, let's. I'm not trying to be that guy and say that she did nothing wrong as a character, but fucking hell, she got manipulated even worse than Cinderella. She was manipulated by the Raptures, and as a cause, she got she got skinned. She got done by Cinderella. She got ripped apart, and we also fought her as a boss fight. Even though like the boss fight was pretty lame, I'm not gonna lie. No, I'm not the type of guy to judge about it, but like I'm pretty sure that was the intention of Shift Up was not to focus on Red Shoes as a boss fight, but rather focus on her as a character, as an antagonist of the story, which shows us how this entire story and this entire tale affected the world of Nikke. I feel like Red Shoes as a character had a great conclusion. It pushed Cinderella even more into finding her true self and aligning even more to her goal, which was to serve humanity and provide a perfect ending for this story. And through the bad, I think Red Shoes gave something good. I feel like we will have some sort of callback to Red Shoes in the future, but I don't know how to feel about it because I feel like it will either be forced, like it will be like mentioned, like I feel like a heretic will take some pieces of Red Shoes or like data from Red Shoes and rebuild upon it. And I don't know. I think that would be it would either be really well done or won't be as good, well done. But knowing Shift Up, they will do really well job on it. When it comes to the other side characters of the story, being Abe, Mermaid, and Hansel and Gretel, I feel like Hansel and Gretel were more of like they were just there. They weren't really. I feel like they were the last potential, but like considering how well written the other characters were, I feel like they were okay. I guess they were there. Now Mermaid, I don't know. She was kind of there as well. She did have her moment on part one though, where she got whooped. And I mean, well, she technically didn't get whooped. She got torn apart. But I don't know. I mean, yeah, it's another okay character. I did get sad with the way they got concluded, in which was like, fuck, okay, we're going up to the space station now to destroy the queen. Which, by the way, we got a really good look for her. This is like a first time ever we see the queen. I don't know if she appears in the older parts of Nikke or like in the like future in the campaign. I'm in like chapter 17. I don't know what the fuck's going on. We are like the normal players and like the OGs in like chapter 35 or whatever. I'm like not even halfway there. So I feel like this was a great moment for those characters to shine, but they just get blasted off space. And I don't know what will happen to them as characters. Now that I'm recording this voiceover, I know what happens to both Cinderella and both Ave, which I'm not gonna lie, I was really happy for what happened. I'm glad they are alive, but holy fucking shit. Ave as a character, I will make a video on Nave's last stand, and the last part of the story, which was the hard mode. I will make a video on that. But holy shit, what a fucking character! I might put Ave as like the MVP of this flashback and this prequel we had. But like, I don't really think the other three characters, which was Mermaid and Hansel and Gretel, really lived up. I mean, their designs were nice. I mean, obviously it's Nikke. The designs will be really good, especially Mermaids. But like, they were just there. They weren't really like mind blowing. I really like Mermaid's ability though, which was really good. Now, moment of separation between Cinderella and Ave was, I think it has to be like after after the conclusion of Ave as a character in Hard Part 2, like story 12 or whatever. I think it's like the second most impactful moments of this story, in this event as a whole. It was such a powerful moment, and it honestly shows how much of a mother figure was Ave for Cinderella. She pushes herself, she sacrifices herself for Cinderella, and Cinderella goes and does her part, being forged, and basically she has nothing to lose from now on. When it comes to the fight, I think the fight was insanely animated. Considering this is not even like a show, it was brilliantly animated, and it perfectly showed the amount of love and effort really went into this anniversary itself. And I think it honestly delivered amazingly. I don't know who animated this. I will research and I will put the animators and the team's name if I find them on the screen. And I think they show true passion for the work. In addition, I think this animation and this mini movie we had just really shows how much power Cinderella herself has as a model and as how powerful the generation that Cinderella came from. Uh, she went head on head with the queen herself, which is like the most powerful, the like the highest entity in the entire universe, Nikke. She went toe to toe with her, and despite losing at the end, she thought, well, she had the advantage over her, but at the end, she got overwhelmed by the queen. But she still went ahead and destroyed the main station. Now, with the destruction of the spaceship or whatever the fuck that was, the satellite, I don't know what it was. I feel like the way that it exploded, it kind of made sense that we potentially the queen does not exist, and the universe of Nikke, the modern universe, thinks she exists. Because as we saw in the Ave cutscene at the end of the story, at the hard mode, we see the counter going down, which means that no more are being produced. And humanity has started to overwhelm the population of raptures that exist in the surface. So, does that mean that Cinderella actually succeeded on her suicide mission, or are we just living in
It's
some sort of
me.
like hope and
We've
delusion, just
received
like her?
orders from up high.
Also, have
Destroy
to
all
shout out
information related
Oswald,
to the second
who
generation
was
Grimswaters.
undoubtedly
Yes,
the savior
all
and
of it.
hidden gem
The
and
second
goat of this
generation was a
part of the
failure.
story.
Operation Ark Guardian
He
was a
did everything
success.
on his hands
Now we just
to
if it
provide
weren't for
help, especially in the
Lillywhite,
last part as well.
it
I
would have
think the
been
first part,
impossible.
we
The
kind of
operation
see where
succeeded,
he was coming from. He
but
was kind of
lost the
right
goddess of
on
victory
saying
herself.
that the models were
Morale
dangerous,
is lower than ever. We
but
can't
in the
allow
part
such
two, he
failures
redeemed
to continue
himself.
to
I'm
exist.
pretty sure
At such a
he
pivotal
shows up
moment,
into the
none
older
of the
parts as
Grim's
well. I
models
will check him
can be
out if
allowed to
he's
fail
there.
again. They must
I
be
also
made
don't
examples
know
of.
what
Yes,
that scene with
I will leave it to
Lillywise
you. My
shows.
hands are
I feel
tied.
like it was
I
kind of out
always
of
wipe the
place
slate clean.
because, yet again, I don't know
They
what
won't
happens
know
to the
when it will
story.
be.
I
But if
have
there
no
ever
idea because
comes
I
a
haven't
time
played
when we can resume
the
your stories again,
uh,
my hope is
the
that the
old
newly
event
cleansed
chapters
slate
through the
will
archives.
only contain
So I have
beautiful
no idea.
stories. Hmm.
Overall, I will
May
rate
it be
this
so.
anniversary an easy 9.5 or 10 out of 10 or whatever the fuck you want to fucking rate this anniversary. It was fucking beautiful for me.